Hello, this is Jim from Tech Buzz, and today we have got a pair of cloned Airpods Pros. And yes, you're probably saying to yourself, what's the story there? This is probably our fourth or fifth pair now. We've more here, more on the way. And this is from the company we reviewed the TWS 500 from previously, which is MGET.com, which we'll drop a link below. And this is their latest on offer, and there's a lot of these knocking about. And we wanted to check these out. So these come with a wireless charging case. That's all there really is on the description on the outside of the box. So let's open them up and have a look, and then we will review them and tell you what we think. And if they're shit, we'll tell you. If they're not, we'll also tell you, because we've had a couple of pairs that have come in and they're just totally brutal. So you get your little booklet here, like so, and this is all just iOS here and in a different language on the back. So that's really about it there, but they do work with Android devices, but you will not get a pop-up window. The company has said that clearly on the site, which is good, so they're not telling any lies there. So what else do you get inside? You will get your charging cable here, which is lightning to USB-C. So that's really it. And then onto the actual product itself. So it looks identical to Apple's AirPods Pros. You have your port here for charging, your button on the back, and you've got your LED on the front there. So let's check for wireless charge first of all. And drop them right there. And yes, there is a light on there. So off to a good start. So we open them up and pop them out like so, and this is what they look like here. So you've got the tips. Now in here you don't get any extra tips in the box, so just to keep that in mind. But they do look identical to the AirPods Pros. Same design, same looks, same finish. You've got the silver tips, and you have your touch points here, as you can see, on both sides, and you have right and left branding on the package. So if you just get a bit of a closer look there, that's what they're going to look like and what to expect. So stay tuned after the break when we have a review and tell you what we think. And of course we'll be 100% straight up. If they're crap, we're going to tell you. If they're not, we're also going to tell you. But like I said, the likes of these are getting popular. We have several here, as I said, we've reviewed a few already, and they're giving Apple a run for the money for less than half the price. And Apple should start getting worried, because the price they charge for their AirPods and so on is just ridiculous. And that's really about it there for now. You just see all the contacts down there on the bottom, and that's about it for now. So after the break we'll have a full review and tell you what we think, and we'll see you then. Hello, this is Jim from Tech Buzz. We're back with the AirPods Pro i500 from our friends over at MGET.com, which we tried out recently. Their AirPods clones, which are excellent for the price, and these are no different. Excellent sound, nice bass, and if you want bass, these come with it. There's no app now, just let's get that out of the way first. You don't need one. These are pretty good across all genres of music, sound stage and so on. Call quality is excellent, calls come through in both ears. And the difference here is the controls. Now on the AirPods original, you have the force sensor area here on the left and the right. This doesn't work on this, so it's the old fashioned way by tapping the top on each side. And again, similarly to the older AirPods and the previous version of these that we tried out. So that's the only difference here. So this is just a, you know, a finished look, if you will, to the, it's an aesthetic look to keep it in line with the originals, but this has no function, serves no function whatsoever. Now I'm testing on Android, it might be different on iOS, and I can't tell you that. There's no animation on the pop-up window that you get on the iOS, none on Android, which is pretty much the same for a lot of Android phones with these clones that are going around. As I said earlier before, we've a couple of these in here and we've more to come because we wanted to check them out and see how good they are. And on the whole, so far, they've been pretty good. Now, these are slightly more expensive, and to the AirPods that we checked from them before, they're going to run you around 90 quid, which isn't bad. So if you want to buy them, you can pretend that you have the real thing. No one's going to know the difference by just looking at them like that, in fairness, and you'll get, once again, better volume, and that's something that's important. Well, for me in particular, that's subjective, and I like my bass. These come with a nice bass level built in, very satisfactory on the bass end of things. And again, subjective, that's me. I just prefer bass, and I like my music loud. And these are louder than some standard earbuds that you see are known brands that we've checked out before, and they work quite well. The functionality as to getting everything else going is pretty fine. You have your double tap, triple tap to go back tracks, double tap to skip track, play and pause, answer calls. You have your Siri and so on, which all works fine, and the controls are pretty sensitive, and you just need to be careful not to shove them in too far, because these buds did stick in one of my ears and I couldn't get it out for a while, which is funny. But overall, the sound is pretty good, and they're very, very sensitive, as I said, so it's just, you just need to be careful. So you have your double tap to skip, triple tap to go back, play and pause. Just let these go off the ads. So we just let it run there. So that's pause. We'll actually put them in and do, because it's easier. Triple tap to go back. Double tap to skip. Pause. Play. Activate your assistant by long pressing. So the controls work very well, so we can't complain there. And overall, the music and the sound stage is pretty good, impressive. Though I can't really complain for the price that these come in at, and overall I'm impressed. Now, as I said, you just need to watch out that there is probably other variants of these out there, and they'll have this same aesthetic look here. Whether that will work, I don't know. As I said, I'm testing on Android, so it could be different on iOS, but just from using these and having several different types, they might sell them as having this feature working down here, but it clearly doesn't work on these. And it's just, as I said, the old tap up on top, the usual old-fashioned way, and that's really about it. But other than that, I can't complain. There is a discount on the Dell, and they have a Qualcomm chip inside, doesn't give the name, and they have around 15 hours of battery life, which isn't bad at all. And you get 4 hours of out of one charge, and 45 minutes will get you back 4 hours to back on 4 hours talk. So that's not bad. It's pretty much the average that's out there today. And you have your Lightning cable USB connection as well, which is good news. You've got your wireless charging. They work both on Android and iOS. They'll also connect to your laptop or anything else like that, so it's pretty much standard. And that's really about it. So you can either charge wireless charging through the physical cable, and you can connect to anything. So the difference is that the iOS will give you that pop-up window which you like when you see them connecting up. The pity Android didn't start adopting that feature. No, it's only, looks like it's definitely, it's just nice to have. They do mention that the functions are slightly different to Android and iOS as well, but I don't use iPhone, so that's just my opinion from an Android perspective point of view, and that's really about it for now. So if you want to buy them, we'll leave a link below. The company is called MGET, and they offer 30-day guarantee, 100% secure checkout, and priority shipping. So since the company got in touch with us, we had these for a week, which isn't bad, and that's pretty good. You get a tracking number with it, but deliveries can take up to 8 to 20 business days depending on where you are. Geographically it's going to be different for everybody, and as I said, you have 15 days, zero risk guarantee, which is nice, so you can still check them out if you're not happy with them. And that's really it. So for the money, you can't really complain. And you know, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to advocate clones, but the problem is now there's so many out there on the market and they're worth looking at, and we've tried a few today, and it is what it is, and it's something for us to think about with the road price, Airpods and so on. And you know, it'll make you think, what's the story? And for reference, taking them out, it's pretty much the same as the Airpods. You pull them forward like that. I've seen a lot of people complaining, saying that they are hard to get out, and the magnet is pretty good, and they're not falling out, and the case will not open either. So that's it for now. We'll drop a link below to rate and buy them, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.